All right, Heidi Ho, good neighbors. We're back with some poker action on our Tuesday night 5-5-10 no limit. Myself, Dominic, and the Victory Cigar of Poker. Vic, we got a nice lineup tonight, and there's some veterans. Sometimes we get some new faces. These are battle-tested warriors at the Poker Felt.
Yep.
It's going to be a good live stream coming up tonight. As we saw Kristoff having a monster. We've been talking about him, how his play's been really paying off for him in the long run. It seems like he establishes a table image early on, and then he takes big chunks later in the live stream. He's been fun to watch. Pretty much plays any two cards. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and when we're going to get OG John here in a little bit, he always runs a little late. But when you get those two at the table, there's always plenty to watch because the ranges are wide and anything can happen, and so it can happen quickly. And so that's something to really look forward to on Tuesday nights when we've got particularly those two players. But again, these are some strong players here that show up on Tuesday nights. This is a 5-5-10 no-limit hold'em game here at the Reserve, and we're going to be going till 11:15 tonight.
It's a late show tonight.
Yeah, so stay with us. But before we get started, we got a couple of great things to talk about. Here, first of all, is the Holiday Classic, and that's not too far away, Dominic. Monday, December 11th. Event number 1 is a 5K single re-entry, $100 buy-in, $30,000 starting stack, 20-minute levels. That starts at 5 p.m. Now, we're going to be reiterating those times because that's important when we do these classics, when we do these series, because they're typically not the same starting time as we usually have. What about event number 2, Dominic?
Yeah, Tuesday that's our dual tournament. That's our team tournament where it's going to be $200 buy-in per team member. Per team. So that's basically $100 for each member on your team. 20-minute levels, 5 p.m. start time, which we've shown actually all 3 of our day ones are at 5 p.m. Like Vic mentioned before, in the past we've had some kind of juggle around between 4 and 6 p.m. But for this series, our day ones are going to be at 5 p.m. And what's next, Vic?
Well, then we've got event number 3, and that's PLO. And, we get a lot of requests from time to time to bring this back, Pot Limit Omaha. We're doing that during this classic. Holiday Classic, and that's a $100 buy-in. That's going to be a big turnout, Dominic, at that price range, as all 3 of these probably will be, and that culminates right into December 14th through the 17th, $50,000 prize pool guarantee main event. We just saw our last $50,000 prize pool guarantee shattered.
North of $90K.
Yeah, and so that's a $110 buy-in. Again, that is a fantastic buy-in, starting stack of $40,000, so you can really start deep and play some really strong poker here at that main event. And now let's go on to the big news.
The $1 million guaranteed prize pool, $200K guaranteed for first place, February 1st through the 19th. You get the list. We're combining with Mad River Poker Room in the Reserve Poker Room. All the day ones are listed here. We don't have enough time to go in detail through every single one, but take a screenshot with your phone or your camera, whatever you got available. It's also on our Facebook, on our webpage,
yep.
All that good stuff. Our restart on day 3, February 19th, will be at 2 p.m., and we will be featuring a feature table and live through the whole time till we get a winner of at least $200,000.
They lost Tony at the M. They went to Omaha again.
And here we go with the action, and we've got our favorite southpaw in the box, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
Starting things off tonight, we've got Kristoff in seat 1, Dr. Boring in seat 2, Big John in seat 3. Forgot this gentleman's name real quick, but then we've got Miles. I keep hitting the table and cutting myself out here. There we go. And then returning with us after going through a tough time, losing a family member, his brother, but here to be with us tonight, Big Slick Rick. And Rick is bringing the people what they want because he's back again, and he's always a crowd favorite. He's the people's champ, and we expect him to really contribute to this excitement here tonight.
And look at here, the Nemesis is going to give us the honor of making the first raise of the night.
Yes.
$30 to go with King Jack suited. It looks like we're four-handed now, Vic. Buckle up. Here we go. Safety belts on.
Kristoff, Yoshi, Big Slick Rick, and Jake, four-handed. Here's the flop.
And look at this. We got a queen 4-5 flop, all spades. Big Slick Rick, the only one with the flush draw. None of the players with complete whiffs on making a made hand. Free card. The queen pairs the board.
Here we go. It's going to come down to aggression. Who wants to bet at this is probably the one that's going to take it down. As I like to say, first one to sneeze at it wins, and that's probably the case here. Big Slick Rick. He's going to try to stick around with his jack of spades.
Listen, he's the only player I could see maybe wanting to see a turn with his flush draw.
Yeah.
Jake, the king of Cleveland, getting out of the way. And we're going to go heads up now. 225 in the middle, Vic. And the river, a deuce.
There he got there.
Yep. Flush for Big Slick Rick.
Big Slick Rick doing what Big Slick Rick does.
160.
Personally, no.
Now Big Slick reaching for chips.
Call 160.
And he calls, and just a big miss there for Kristoff.
Yeah, he mucks it.
He mucks it, so Big Slick Rick does not have to show.
Yeah, and he profits $370 in that pot. A nice tone setter for the night for Big Slick, making his comeback. By the way, on this live stream, Vic, I want to give one shout out since it's early, but it's my brother's 36th birthday. So Antonio, if you're watching, happy birthday. Got to celebrate with him on Sunday on my day off. Hope you had a great birthday, Antonio.
How does the strata work here? Does it start with you? Okay.
This is a 5-5-10 no limit hold'em cash game. Max buy-in is 2,000, and that it is match the stack. We're starting out 8-handed here, waiting for not waiting, but we're expecting the arrival of OG John at any minute with his typical big gulp.
I did.
But
Yeah.
and now Big Slick Rick, after
Huh?
He's on a heater.
he's on a heater, may as well make a call with pocket nines.
Won the first hand. Now he gets a nice pair.
And Ned,
Mistake number one.
I've seen Jake make more money off of 6-3 than most people make with aces.
heads up.
Is that his thing?
Yeah, King Queen versus pocket nines, and there's a queen right in the window for Dr. Bourne.
Was it at least suited?
I forget.
Not a flop you're in
Bad
love with
session for me.
with nines.
That's fair.
Big Slick Rick takes minimum damage though, gets rid of it. Dr. Bourne picks up a pot.
Yeah, I got a 5
I'm looking for big things from Dr. Bourne this week, Vic, by the way. I think he's hungry for a W.
Can you call for?
He seemed calm, cool, and collective before the show.
And you see the Christmas tree there behind Jonathan, and we're going to get a shot here shortly of the other Christmas tree, which you can barely see now with almost over $8,000 worth of toys right there, and we are at 9,700.
Woo!
Dominic, we're going to crush this $10,000 goal that we have for the United States Marine Corps Toys for Tots program here in this area.
And thank you to all the viewers who are and continuing throwing, your $5, $10, $20 donations. And some players have been great on here and even thrown huge ones, but those all add up. So if you like to donate and add to that mound of Christmas presents for children in the area, we just added to it like Vic just said. Feel free. Back to the action now. We have 5 players going in the pot, $10 apiece. We have a Queen 10 deuce board. Top pair for Big John Stud with his Queen Jack. He is firmly in the lead, but Big Slick Rick also flopped top pair, so this could be a little trouble.
Yoshi with the moose. Gets out of the way. Miles.
We're heads up.
And we're now heads up going to the turn.
Yeah, 6 of spades doesn't help out Big Slick Rick. Big John Stud still in the lead.
$150.
Big Slick Rick leading out.
Call.
I think that check probably prompted Big Slick Rick to think maybe he's on a straight draw. And there's 2 pair.
Wow.
Big John Stud.
Big card there, but he's going to check it. He's going to give him a little bit of rope, hoping he would have, and he didn't.
Queen Jack.
And a nice check from Big Slick Rick, not to get cute there.
Yes. Yeah.
Little value got away from Big John Stud, I think, on that river, but that could be something out later on the stream. Showing the table, hey, I could check a big one to you on the river. You don't want to get, too bluffy on me later on.
When you're playing in a situation like that, you're under the gun, you just hit 2 pair, and the person to your left is typically an aggressive player, will put some money out there, sometimes on nothing, like OG does and Kristoff does. I typically would have bet that myself, but if the thought process was this is an aggressive player, why not let him make the bet so that I can either call or I can try to raise that? I like it, but I don't know that I'm a sharp enough player at this point in my life to be able to think that through all the time. You get that jack comes on, that second pair comes on, and your heart rate goes up, right? Right,
Easy.
Dominic? I mean, you're
Easy
thinking
victory.
Yeah, right. You don't think I'm?
Don't
put myself
throw
down?
shade on yourself. It's too early in the stream. You got to at least see 3 more bad beats happen on the live stream before you're allowed to do that, Vic.
Yeah.
But right here, we got 3 players going to the flop. The King of Cleveland has gotten in hand. 115 in the middle. A couple players with Ace Queen and 9-8 flopping the best with mid pair from Rachel Lynn, aka Kristoff. He goes by the handle Rachel Lynn to give a shout out to his wife. So yeah, if you
I'm
hear us
getting
say
some
Kristoff,
reminders here from the message board that I always say bet your hand, and you're right. He certainly missed an opportunity there for a little bit more going into that pot.
But like I said, I want to touch base on that after this hand.
Yeah.
Real quick on just the psychology of poker. You got 3 players. And now 2 pair.
2 pair. We just
Rachel
talked
Lynn.
about 2 pair. Almost certain Kristoff is going to bet this.
On that type of board, I would definitely want to either get value here, push a weak draw out.
260.
I love that bet size for that amount in the pot. 355 in the pot, bet 260. Perfect. Whoa, Big Slick getting froggy.
Yes, he is. He's getting froggy, and he's putting out. He's representing here the straight. Certainly not something you do on a flush draw with the clubs, but he is putting the pressure on Kristoff, giving him something to think about here.
How much one?
260 more.
The problem with Big Slick Rick's situation here is that Kristoff has to ask himself, was he really after the gut shot? Did the 8 really get him there? And now an even scarier card, 10 of clubs. And Big Slick Rick
350.
pushing. And the objective here is to push Kristoff off
That
of
is
his
the
hand.
worst card Kristoff could have seen for his hand. A 4-card straight, the flush gets there. He's acting like he had a set or a higher 2 pair, maybe like a King 9, and got coolered with 9-8 with the turn. Tough spot.
Tough spot, but
For the amount of money in the pot, though, 350, and there's 1,700 in there.
yeah. And this is exactly the kind of action we expected with these players. Tuesday nights never seems to disappoint. And we've already got close to 70 viewers, and so happy to have you join us tonight. Be sure to hit that like button. And he does make the call, and that's a really good call. I'm not necessarily calling it a hero call, but definitely a good call there.
It was close, though. I mean, you had 4
Yep.
cards to a straight. You didn't even have top 2 pair. You're only beating a bluff there. And Kristoff stuck with his guns. I do think the bet sizing, if it would have been bigger, Big Slick Rick might have gotten it off his hand.
So anything you say, keep that in mind.
And the hand before that I wanted to touch base on with Big John Stud, I do always say bet your hand, bet your hand. But you also have multiple players at this table that are ultra aggressive. Maybe in the first half an hour you kind of want to show the whole table that you checked a big one to them, so you don't get put in a position later on when you have a weaker hand that you have to make a tough decision.
Yeah.
The psychology.
Yes, absolutely.
Go on Sundays, so I never know.
Yeah, Sundays is usually my day to go. I go for the tournament.
Is it different if there's like a home Browns?
Got a dealer change coming, and here is young Patrick.
Yeah, I almost do.
I mean,
Tonight we will be doing bomb pots, but it'll be every other dealer change.
Only really the Cavs games after that.
And
Bring people
Even
to
that.
I feel most of those people.
return of Ned to the live stream. Was he here? I was
really bring that much back.
He was here last week.
nursing. I was doing loads of clear liquids and vitamin C last week at this time, but I'm feeling much better. But
Vic, be honest. Don't fib to the people. Was there any brown water in your medicine?
there was not.
That surprised me. I thought
I
you'd do the
know.
old maybe Italian remedy with whiskey, a hot toddy or something like that.
The only thing we got is
I like hot toddies. I also do what's called a lemon wash with very, very hot water and lemon and salt and honey.
For me.
That's supposed to have a little brown water in it, but I was trying to get my system as cleaned out as I could. Anyway, I digress. Now, Big Slick Rick
I'm surprised by my
going to
partner
call
right now.
the raise here from Yoshi with pocket sixes, and we're going to go three-handed. And once again, Big Slick Rick and Kristoff
Collectors, I gotta get really pissed.
joining into a hand with each other.
Yeah, not a bad flop at all for pocket sixes for Yoshi. 4-3 deuce, rainbow board. Over pair with a gut shot straight draw.
65.
he's like
Don't you have to be there?
Little under half pot.
No.
Raffle ticket.
Raffle ticket to win some.
Some people get very excited about it.
They draw for like 12 days straight,
Yeah.
and you gotta be there.
Big Slick Rick now.
Yeah.
He's getting sticky,
Yeah. Which is just
and
I was just thinking those exact words. But
yeah, and another word for sticky is
still have a chance.
call station?
call station, and I was thinking more about stubborn. And he's getting a little stubborn here, sticking around with his king 10. That doesn't help him at all. Going to the river now, he has just 6 outs. Yoshi's still in a commanding lead with his pocket sixes.
100.
And he's going
gonna bet
strictly value.
100, and Big Slick Rick does let it go.
No, early on, the way Yoshi bet that, he knew exactly where he was in the hand. I liked
What happened?
his value on the flop and on the turn, his bet sizing.
Is he really gone? Because I saw
They said it was just a sprained ankle, but he'll be out
Who's their backup?
with our Bether.
We mentioned the winter series and the $50,000 prize pool guaranteed that will be feature table and final table on the 17th of December. That'll be our last day of
Look at the
Toys for Tots, and we had hoped to reach $10,000. We're already, Dominic, at $9,700. So we're going to greatly exceed that, and it's just we're very proud. We are very proud to be able to be a part of this program, the United States Marine Corps Toys for
We have a
Tots.
chance to do that tonight on the live stream board.
We absolutely have a chance.
So if we get, what was it, 97
I
what?
think he missed like 2.
we
Let's say 300 would be for sure going
that would
over a
definitely
1,000.
kick us over.
If you guys, like I said, out there, if you want to give any tips,
And then they got
Toys for Tots, I'll start it off right now with a $5. Like I said, $5 donations. They all add up. I'm gonna do a $5 donation right now.
Yes. It was a complete
Simply just go right by the message board, type it in. I'm doing that as we speak.
Flacco looked good.
Yeah, he did.
I was happy with his performance.
Now, Big John
Works back to their defense.
is going to raise it up with pocket jacks, make it $50 to go. Miles with the nemesis. He makes the call. And now Kristoff is going to come along with the lone ace of this threesome.
So Flacco is like
3 players. Here's the flop.
12 in his last 15.
We got a Jack 3-7 board, couple of clubs.
Queen
21 in the
3-7.
last 20. Like,
Why did I say Jack? Because there's pocket jacks. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
He looked good.
But yeah, Big John Stud with his pocket jack still firmly in
Were
the
you not
lead.
happy with that performance?
I just think the bar is so low.
It is.
It is.
It is.
You know who that win was against?
Browns.
Browns.
Yeah.
It was like week 1 or 2.
It was week 2 when they scored 14 points in like the last minute.
Oh yeah, that was a.
Because their opening game, they beat Baker.
Oh, it's contagious. I see my partner.
Cade York hit like that 60-yard field goal.
Game us
I think we got another incoming donation.
He just got cut, I think.
And now a 6 does give a few more outs for Rachel
Oh,
Lynn.
yeah.
And then eventually they'll stick somewhere for like 10 years.
And the king.
Dude, there's a point where you had like
Scare
5
card for
X
both.
round stickers just out there somewhere.
Got Jacks.
Go down to showdown, and then Jacks take this down. Another pot for Big John. I'm sure when you were a kid you played Simon Says, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm in kind of a Simon Says mood tonight.
Okay.
You said donate, so I did it.
I like it.
Let's see if other people
Yeah,
can
I'm bored
fall
this
into
way.
that trap. Not a trap, but into that
I
giving
haven't seen the winner yet. but-
feeling here at this time of the year.
Where did you get that shirt, man?
And there is our cumulative winning so far. We've got 4 people in the green. Big Slick Rick off to a really rough start here.
Yoshi?
Huh?
I can give away my trademark.
No, I mean, it's just getting some merch.
And all of that money seems to be on the one side of the table for now. But we've seen that change quickly.
Dominic is getting one.
Yoshi now ace
The
queen.
X4 guy?
Expect to raise, and there it is. It's 30.
Yeah, you should have.
Miles coming in with the ace 8. I think a little bit out of being.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna
He's
put
in
a
position,
green
but he's
on
also a
it.
little bored. He has not had any real hands yet so
Speaking
far
of-
tonight.
Speaking of Dr. Bourne, are you hearing the conversation right now?
What's that?
Change the spelling.
Talking about getting us merch.
Because it's
Dr. Bourne shirts.
It's a
Oh.
He's telling Yoshi.
for like luck.
That's right.
So we're getting the hookup pick.
Is it like a chain?
Well, he forgave me for his comment, for the comment I made
It's something like
last
that.
week regarding his shirt. Now we're 5-handed going into the flop. Young
Right? I
Patrick,
haven't tried it this year.
and here it is.
Couple of 9s with a 5, rainbow board. Shout out to Chris for a $10 donation, by the way, mid-hand. Appreciate you, Chris. You're a true gentleman.
I lost last week. We're throwing it.
And
away.
now a 4 on the turn. That gives an open-ender for Rachel Lynn.
Well, because
And he's going to bet 50 with the semi-bluff.
I had to read. I thought all 3 of them.
Take it down.
well, to be fair, I thought one of them was on a straight draw.
Okay.
I didn't know they were all three on flush draws.
Yeah, can I get such a bad play at the game, John? Just calling with a flush draw, blocking each other. Perfect.
They had exactly what I thought. I just wasn't expecting. I wasn't as confident after they both called. To be honest,
3 calls.
2. No, he called it.
I'm sorry.
No,
you're
we're
right.
good now, yeah.
And now Marty joins along with a $20 donation.
Whoa.
Oh, no. So bad.
Thank you, Marty.
I need a 9 and 9 normal.
I just calculated.
Love it.
So bad here.
Going for we needed 300 tonight, and look at this. We got 10, 20, 30 in just a couple minutes. Like I said, if everyone just throws a couple bucks, they'll all add up. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are the rock stars.
25.
That's how.
Speaking of a rock star, here's Big John Stud, and it looks like he's going to bump it up to 25 with the suited Nemesis.
Got it.
King Jack.
Gen it up from time to time. Shimmy's got the 8-10. I got the 9-10.
I like King Jack that.
Yeah, but Shimmy doesn't know how to play that. Shimmy folds his winners. If you're watching
Just
Shimmy,
that one time.
Shimmy, are you out there? Or your corn's hurting? They're talking about you.
He's coming in now.
Here we are, 3-handed going to the flop.
We got a deuce, 4, 3 board, couple of clubs. Open-ended straight draw for Rachel Lynn.
55.
Puts a $55 bet into an $80 pot. Making quite a statement here, and that aggression pays off for him on the straight draw.
Take it down.
He shows the 5.
King 5.
Shimmy just said, I literally just tuned in and hear this. Unbelievable. By the way, Alec with another $10 donation. JF, our favorite Canadian in the house, with a $7 donation. Thank you, guys.
Easy there. One of our favorite
One of our
Canadians.
favorite Canadians. I'm biased because I got maple syrup from. I love all our Canadians, but when you bring me maple syrup, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased.
King is here.
But no, we love our Canadians.
No.
You know, JF is the man. Alec, thank you so much. So now we are up to 10, 20, 40, 50, $57. And if we get 300 through the live stream, we will hit $10,000, folks. If you're just tuned in, our Toys for Tots are at 9,700. Our goal was 10,000. We got till December 16th. We're trying to hit it tonight. JF, hope all is well. By the way, hope you enjoyed your Survivor Series pay-per-view a few weeks ago.
And the OG is getting situated now in his usual seat 9 here tonight. We are 9-handed. This is 5-5-10, no limit hold'em here at the reserve. 3-handed going to this flop.
We got a 5 right in the window, followed with a queen and a deuce, couple of clubs, and we have a flush draw for Rachel Lynn.
The guys don't leave town?
And it looks like Jake's going to take this as a bluffing opportunity.
Yeah.
Does have backdoor spades with 8 high.
None of them really, it doesn't hurt.
Runner straight combos.
We got backups that are, I mean, Harrison and the running back, those two hurt us. Not
You know, have a bad session, feel it very.
Now we're heads up going to the turn. Kristoff looking for that flush.
Gamble.
And there it is.
And he gets it.
Just like the old hip-hop group tag team. Whoop, there it is.
Best game to punt in. You always have equity. I think it's pretty much almost always above 20%.
270.
And here comes Kristoff.
And he bets it. 270. What we talked about earlier. Shakespeare, to bet or not to bet. In this case, he chose to bet.
By the way, did you please smash that like button, that thumbs up? We're almost in the second tier. We already got over 30. Onward to 50. Poker
And here's
Jules in the house.
Here's a button straddle now from Kristoff. 5-5-10 game, and he's going to put a button straddle out there of 20.
They couldn't have got away with it. The guy's leg snapped on.
No, yeah, he's done.
Right away
No, no,
gets
he's good to go.
the blinds to fold. Now over to Miles, who's going to make the call.
Florida State.
Get our graphics caught up here.
Increase viewability.
They don't want to have a blowout.
And a call from Jake.
Because there has been blowouts the past couple of years.
Every single year.
Now Dr. OG in the house.
Oh, they just don't like that. They want a good game.
They want to get out.
See if we can get caught up here with our
They want that
graphics.
SEC in there, too.
We have 4 players in this hand.
Ah.
There we go.
Wow.
Top 2 pair for OG sitting just down at the table, but Jake also with a king high flush draw. Miles with 2 overs and a gut shot to Broadway gets out of the way, and we got 2 big ones. Big hand alert.
Yeah, this is a big hand alert without a doubt.
Root for Michigan. With that being said,
I don't want Bama to
it's
win.
not it's
Yeah.
not gonna
And there it
break my
is.
heart to see
Wow.
them.
The king of Cleveland flopping.
I was very sad that Oregon
Flush draw hitting it on the turn to OG's top 2 pair. OG also has a jack high flush draw.
Oh, and a check here. Free card.
Hey, Washington.
And now 3 pair for OG John.
Not to win it all.
Canadian full house, as some people like to refer to it. And a bet coming out from Jake, 275.
Big 10 year.
And a quick call there from OG John.
9-1 is the only loss.
And Jake is going to take down a pot.
Remember that year?
A nice one.
5 or 6 years ago.
Just a casual $950 pot, $500 profit for the king of Cleveland. Business as usual.
I'll tell you what, the non-playoff bowl games are just not very good this year. Not very good.
And everybody setting out, like it just
You
destroys
got
the bowl game.
Ole Miss and Penn State.
The Buckeyes went from almost a touchdown favorite to a 1-point underdog in 2 days.
And tonight in the main room, we've got our $65 buy-in.
They're setting out.
Yeah.
No limit hold'em tournament going on. But I'll find out more about, because a lot of people really like having a side pot like that, a high hand. The last person standing. And now we are 3 players back to this action. Jake with the 6s this time.
Oregon's going to win their bowl game by 75 points.
This is the music, man.
Big Slick Rick and OG John sharing cards here, Jack 8.
That's
Yeah,
what
Jake's
people
going
are
to
saying,
bet his
like,
6s.
What about Liberty? They're not pointing they be in.
not give me the damn
And Jake's going to take down back-to-back pots here.
Just one, they're in Power 5 conference.
Tell you what, you give Jake
LSU out of
a lead early, that's dangerous for the whole table.
That's at 48, great, but still.
The only reason is because of quarterback.
Well, that Alabama.
Quarterback don't hurt. SEC gets shut out.
They probably do. What I'm saying though is if it wasn't Alabama as the 5, you know, if it was like literally anyone else, they could keep Florida State in there.
Well, the boys are chased, and I like to hear the talk. I was just actually telling Vic, and I think they realize they got to live up to, you know, after the Saturday tournament, the ladies tournament was entered. I mean, it was good poker, but I got to say, I was enjoying the conversations at the table, too. There was random topics going around, and the ladies, if any ladies are tuned in tonight, shout out and kudos to you.
So,
it was a great live stream Saturday.
Give me some more feedback there, folks, on my microphone. Apparently there's something that's echoing or repeating. Is there something I need to adjust on my microphone? We do definitely appreciate your feedback and insights on these things. We can't necessarily know if something is interrupted or going wrong. Let us know. But here we are.
1 and 2. Check. Check.
The top 40
Top 4 gonna buy
next year. And
Yeah,
then-
the
so
80s
then you
hairspray
buy
was a classic one.
play,
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Like 5-12, 6
And right here,
11,
Miles
7,
with ace-9 in the lead on the turn after that 6 of spades hits. 190 in the pot over the Rachel Lynn.
I saw a TV. They named who the 12 team would have been.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
it would have been Liberty because they're the top.
Right. So next year we're gonna get Liberty, Georgia.
Well, it would have been whoever was 5. So yeah, if it was Georgia's 5th, yeah.
Miles now taking down a pot here.
Don't be
Not really having much action.
Especially that one pretty much every year.
We are coming up on our first hour here. We're going to be going till 11:15 tonight.
Yeah. I mean,
Our next live stream.
FCS, every other
Thursday night
division has playoffs.
is our
They, you know,
No Knit
fall apart,
Thursday,
so-
and we have a second
nice
table,
thing is I think
strong
it was
second
the
table
first round,
already going for that. There's still room.
The top-rated team gets a
Couple more seats, right, Dominic, that we need for Thursday night to fill up that the feeder table?
Yeah, we have 3 seats available for our Thursday night No Knit Thursday on our feeder table, which obviously if you're on the second table, you will get on the main eventually. We usually cycle through that whole table throughout the night. So if you'd like to be a part of the live stream, be in the action, have a good time, contact Marissa. She's behind the desk right now. Call up to the room. We can get you on there. We have 3 seats available, just 3, for our No Knit Thursday. 1-3, no limit game.
King 9 for Jake, King 9 for OG John, and now Ace Queen of Diamonds for Kristoff, and he's going to raise up. He's going to 3-bet this.
Looks like around 270. There it is. Yeah, 270. Ace Jack for Big John Stud. Yeah, I'm never in love with calling a 3-bet with Ace Jack unless
Yeah.
you're short-handed in a tournament. Maybe if it's like 5-handed, 4-handed in a tournament play. Or even at a cash table, I can go with it. But
OG John typically likes to be in hands with Kristoff, but this time he's going to let it go. Kristoff now approaching 3,000 in chips. Off to a good start, and we don't typically see Kristoff play that way. We usually see him go down. I don't know what he did last Tuesday, but and then he seems to make one heck of a comeback.
yeah, he's the comeback kid.
He's the comeback kid that's we talked about Big Slick Rick perhaps being stubborn. I would consider Kristoff's play maybe a little more resilient and stubborn.
Yeah, you could have done
I could have, yeah.
But Brent, thank you very much for the insight. Appreciate that. Now my microphone is.
By the way, speaking of 3,000, we are getting close to 3,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone watching. If you're new to the channel, just tune in. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Also, that little bell next to the subscribe button is an alert. You can get alerts every time we go online for our live streams.
Another strong
Beautiful
ace
thing.
here for Kristoff. Ace 10 offsuit. He's going to make. He's going to raise, but Dr. Boring Ace Queen of Hearts, and he's going to raise this up to 250.
Got some definitely playable hands here. Pocket fours goes in well.
Sorry, you're still on my list.
Yeah, it's easy to get right now.
And the Nemesis gets folded now. The pressure is on Kristoff. 170 to call, and he does make the call, so we're going to go heads up here.
Wow, a big one right now.
Big pot right now.
Yeah, 540 in the middle, heads up.
The president was 5,500, so you're going to have to go above that.
And we have, wow, look at this flop.
That's
It's
how
a
I got
Jack 5 deuce flopping
on this list.
Rachel Lynn, a.k.a. Kristoff, just flopped a lot more outs with that flush draw, and there it is.
Oh, wow.
He hits it.
That's what led to your.
And then it's a crazy. Yeah, back on.
Kristoff trying to get Dr. Boring to bite here, and Dr. Boring not having any bit of it so far. Let's see after this bet. Dr. Boring,
Oh, wow. A milk bet.
yeah.
150 and a 570 pot.
Is it the shitless or is it the
And Dr. Boring does not take the bait.
No, he doesn't.
Right. Just missed it.
Kristoff showed the ace of spades there, and you can see he's off to a great start. Already up 1,500. Big John up 360. Big Slick Rick, so far a tough night him, but he can be resilient. He can be persistent and stay at it.
I love watching Kristoff play. I'll tell you, he's fun to have on the live
I
stream.
think that is absurd.
Anytime he's in the game,
In Columbus, the button shroud.
buckle up, folks.
Over under the gun.
100%. It makes no sense. And then there's places where if there's no like raise before you, it skips you, goes to the blinds, and then you get laughed at.
Yeah, what's it called? Like a.
All right, Jake looking down at a 10-9 suited, gets out of the way early. Ned with ace-jack.
This is a $20 button straddle here.
If the button
From
shroud is
Big Slick Rick.
Ned's going to bump it up to 60, find out where he's at.
What is it?
OG John with the
Where,
smooth call with the
like,
queen
say
5 of
straddle.
clubs.
The action
Dr.
starts
Boring
on
now
the
with
gun,
nines.
And then it ends with the blinds.
If no one raises before.
Yeah. That's how they do it in Vegas.
So stupid.
I forget what it's called. It's got a name to it or something. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Is that?
That's what I
Yes.
Red Ted on our message board asked, what seat is Big Slick Rick in? He is seat 6, and there he is right now. It's on
Miles
We're both right.
coming
Yeah,
in with
so
the
it's
10-8 of
Well, it's
diamonds.
technically the
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah.
because
Shimmy
it's-
still
That's
watching.
good.
In Texas,
Yeah, and he's priced in. He's thinking, you know, I got 2 suited low cards. Getting a juicy price here for 40 more. 305 in the pot.
And there's like a raise.
And off
free bet.
we go.
5 players. Here comes the flop.
Yeah, it's silly.
And it's
A queen, king, 4, rainbow board.
What does the butt have to pay for?
Right now, OG John with the best of it.
You could literally like min straddle and get that benefit.
I'd like that roll as like the butt.
Check it
puts
all
in
the way
hand
around to
for
the
like
turn, a
flop.
3 of
It doesn't count for
spades.
the bet. Like they just put in like.
Now a gut shot for Big Slick Rick and a flush draw.
There's a lot of people that think that no one home should have an eight.
So OG John's going to go ahead and bet his queen for 75. Dr. Boring coming along with his 9s. See if he can fade another card and hit a 9.
3 players.
And now we're 3 players to the
When I
river.
said that, I realized that we are actually just doing that.
And that is no help. OG John still in the lead here with his queen. Trying to figure out if that could be a damaging card. There was a pre-flop raise, and that ace-jack would have gotten there.
Raise 450.
And now Dr. Boyne trying to push off the queen.
This is not a snap call for OG John.
Especially with who's 3-betting. I mean, you got to raise now. Yeah, I understand. That this is where Dr. Boyne did a great job using his table image to his advantage.
90% you're bluffing on.
90%.
Ooh, Kristoff
Kristoff.
saying 90% you're bluffing. I like the no-show from Dr. Boyne. Well, look at Kristoff.
We are the Reserve Poker Club, 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio. Our staple for Tuesday nights, a 5-5-10 no-limit hold'em cash game. We're going to be going till 11:15 tonight. We've already seen a lot of action so far. And this table is probably going to deliver on what we typically expect on Tuesday nights.
Kristoff with the Jedi mind tricks, basically reading through the bluff, calling it out. Obviously, nothing was given away to the rest of the table. Dr. Boring did not show, but you're thinking in your mind.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
And the action is on Dr. Boring as he gets his stack. And he asks how much.
Is it that name?
Oh, that's a boring fold, Dr. Boring. Dead man's hand for Miles, no good. Big Slick with the Nemesis.
The Nemesis, just a call here,
No,
$10.
Totally joking, but I felt like it for a second.
And Jake is going to sense weakness here and raise with King 6 of diamonds.
Huh? What? How much?
And then they just go double.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Looks like we have 3 players going to the flop right now.
Like a local pub, he's got the regulars.
Ooh, well, not this game. Crazy
And
money.
we have a, wow, nice flop, a deuce, jack, queen board, flush draw for Jake, top pair for Rachel Lynn,
Every-
mid pair for Big Slick Rick.
Yeah, everybody hit a piece of this. Jake, the pre-flop aggressor,
Crazy game on the other table.
thinking about taking an opportunity to get. No, he's just going to call here.
Low ball.
Ace of hearts on the turn, a little bit of a scare card, gives Big Slick some outso with go straight
Slow
draw.
things down, but Jake,
You know, killing time.
there's that image of that pre-flop razor.
Jake lost.
If nobody checks that ace, Jake's got to assume that that's an opportunity for him to try to take this down with a strong bet, or at least get more money in the pot and hit his diamond.
You know, I watched like maybe 3 episodes. It's so cheesy. It's like a
Big Slick Rick now.
He
He does make the call, and he is in the lead on this hand, and no help there for Jake. But Rick is going to check that.
Was that why you like her? Good player?
And he's going to go all in here,
You know what I mean? It's like,
The juggle man's on
but that's all.
putting the pressure on Rick, who has had a tough night so far. Typically,
Every
A lot easier to do than
I'm not sure you'd want to do that with a guy that gets as stubborn and sticky as Big Slick Rick does. But what might be going through Jake's mind is the fact that it's just not been a strong night here for Big
Oh,
Slick Rick.
Jake with the bluff.
And a bluff.
$1,300 pot, Vic. Nice play by the king of Cleveland, Jake.
That's close to a $400 profit.
It's fun to see those like poker egos
Bomb
play.
pot.
I can't get away a lot of nights.
Have you been playing on Wednesday? Playing on Wednesday.
Time to shine.
Oh, that's 9 o'clock.
We've got King of Cleveland's mom in the house, Kathleen. Alan says, good evening. Absolutely good evening to you.
I like your commentary.
Greg likes that shove from Jake.
Yeah, you guys.
I did too.
All the mistakes. All the mistakes.
And I believe his mom has got to like that as well.
They don't believe I don't think I go that far. No, you guys don't really.
Boring doesn't go
No,
well.
I probably have said that. Are you in it?
Dealer change,
Be like,
which means should mean a bomb pot here. We are nine-handed.
I don't understand what he just did there.
Who fronts his money?
Everybody's going to come in for $25 on the bomb pot,
What kind of tax fraud are we seeing?
and we will have double
All
board.
the hands he was playing, and then all of a sudden,
Who's
under
he
the
laundering
gun,
money
folds
for?
8-9 of spades. And they're like, oh, it's one of the best hands he's had. He just straight folded it.
Except for you didn't have it. You didn't have that hand.
First act, he just straight folded it. Who wins this? Who had the button first?
Button was here
Now you get it first.
Oh, bomb pot time.
Bomb pot time.
when it started.
Got the professor in the box.
So that'll move this.
Adam, the professor.
I'm going not
Yep.
to look at my hands because it's completely irrelevant.
It's true.
He is the professor.
10 deuce 3 3.
That's so
No, no, it was a 10 deuce deuce 3. Even worse.
Yeah, he got that dubbed that nickname commentating in here. I gave that about 2 months ago.
I was
Say the professor.
I was praising
How he
your wonderful
surgically talks about the hands,
stories.
with all the rhymes and reasons. But he kind of looks like a professor.
Yeah, he does. I could see that.
Sure. Unless I lose.
Double board, bomb pot. Everybody's got 4 cards. Everybody's in for $25.
Yes, 7-7 queen
And
with
the bomb
hearts.
pot button is on Big Slick Rick.
Yeah,
So Jake is going to be first to act here.
and king 4-9 on the other board with spades. So we got multiple flush draws out there.
And it checks around to Kristoff.
Kristoff has a flush draw on both boards. And that's pretty much it. So he's basically trying to get this heads up, thinking he's got a shot at least taking half down. OG John with a 7. He's going to stick around for another one.
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow. Now Kristoff has 2 flush draws on one board. He's got hearts and...
Behind them. 1,500 maybe.
Also, though, OG John just got 2 pair with the K7 hitting on the top, so now he's got trips and 2 pair.
So John's going to bet this. He's going to make it 280. And that looks like a raise. No, John checks this in. I'm sorry. Kristoff bets it. OG John making the call in this pot. Now almost at $1,000. Here we go to the river. There's the hearts.
And right now, 9s and kings will take the top for OG John. The flush for Kristoff on the bottom board. Chop pot.
Chop pot. And a check from OG John unless Kristoff can put a big enough bet out here to get John off of this. And having just the lone flush on that bottom board might slow Kristoff down.
Check to you, John. I check.
Check, check. And now they're going to chop this up.
Flush on top. And 2 pairs on the bottom.
Eights and kings and eights.
Nines. Nine
Chop
on the
it.
bottom. Chop it up.
Yep, chop choppity.
No, I was just, he said 2 pair on the bottom, I was trying to.
And we just hit 50 likes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are the Reserve Poker Club in Toledo, Ohio. This is our Tuesday night staple of 5-5-10 No Limit Hold'em. $2,000 max buy-in, but there is a match the stack. Also in the main room tonight,
I had 682.
and maybe we get a shot of the main room. But in the main room is a $65 buy-in tournament. Late entry until the start of level 11, so there is still time if you're out there and want to come in and play our tournament. Tomorrow night,
John has some, if anybody needs them, right?
I have dollars.
tomorrow night is a $65 buy-in, but that is a monster stack tournament starting with 80,000. That's becoming a very popular game here on Wednesday nights.
Dollars are always good. Dollar bills.
Some people.
You can see our tree back there is slowly disappearing to all of the toys here that we've purchased for the U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots program, and we're pretty much in a point of exceeding our $10,000 guarantee, or our $10,000 goal here. We've got until December 17th.
Big John Stud raises up the 20 with jacks. Going around, Jake's going to make the call with the 7-5. Ned, let's go with his hand.
Ned not playing too many hands yet tonight. Really hasn't seen much.
And he did that last week, too. He was kind of quiet in the first hour and a half. Kind of, I think he almost likes to assess the situation. And then he gets a little bit more active how he sees the game flow.
Sure.
We have 5 players in the flop of 10, 3, 8, couple of diamonds. Pocket jack still in the lead.
Open-ended here for Kristoff.
And Dr. Bourne with 2 overs and a gut shot, backdoor hearts.
55. He's probably going to get a couple callers here with that bet. The usual suspects coming in. And now Dr. Boring, Queen Jack, a gut shot, and runner hearts, and he's going to make the call. So we're going to go 4-handed to the turn.
We got a 9 of clubs on
And
the
there
turn.
is the gut shot for Dr. Boring.
And also, what a great money card for him, because now Big John Stud has an open-ended straight draw with that 9. And if you have his hand, you're thinking, I got the blockers.
Yeah.
I got 2 of the jacks in my hand. Also, Kristoff.
Last bet was 55. Now there's 320 in the pot, and he's going to come out and bet this 225.
Kristoff hit his pair, still has an open ender to go along with it.
He does make the call. Now let's see what Dr. Boring does with this. He's hit his straight. There's a diamond flush draw out there. And he looks like he's reaching for raising chips. And he does. Substantial raise here. That looks like about 925.
Yeah, over the pot. He's basically saying if you got a flush draw, get out.
900 total.
900 is the bet. And this is a lot to think about for Big John.
Especially since he's holding pocket jacks, like I said earlier. I mean, you got two of the blockers in your hand.
Right. And this would almost be a bet that you hit the low end, but hard to think that he would stick around to this point to get that 9 with the gut shot on the low end.
Now Rachel Lynn's like, oh, this one hurts.
This one hurts. Time to get out.
But it was a good thing. Trust me, Rachel Lynn, you were drawing dead, my friend.
Pot of the night so far, over $2,000. We're just a little bit of an hour into this. Adam gets everything cleaned up for us, and there's the river. That is not the card Dr. Boring was looking to see. The board pairs, and he's going to go all in. Oh, my goodness, and Big John makes the call. And this is a huge pot, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Boring.
Dr. Boring in the house.
Wow. I'm going to write that one down when we discuss at the end of the night what the victory cigar.
Yeah, hand of the night.
Hand of the night, because this is definitely a candidate for
Is that 4,400?
Fundraiser.
Is that 4,400?
Could be.
Oh, you got a little bit still. I thought you said.
Well, we can find out because Dr. Boring, Big John said has a little bit more money than him. So we'll find out whatever stack. I believe that was a $4,400 pot, 42 or 4,400. Wow, huge pot for Dr. Boring. Turning the straight, which also gave Big John Stud an open-ended straight draw with an overpair. Yeah, and he was almost priced in, though. I mean, you called such a big bet on the turn with only 800 behind. I thought maybe that 10 could scare him off a little bit because you're thinking either a straight or now, you know, if he had top pair, he would have gotten trips. But I understand the call.
Was it your button? The button was right. The button was over here? The button, he moved it. Okay. I was wondering.
And he is going to re-up here.
Yeah, can we get a chip count update?
Looks like another 1,500 that
There
Big
it
John's
is.
going to buy in for.
Yeah.
And now Dr. Boring at
4K.
$4,000. $2,500 in the green so far. And this is yet early in this night.
Yep. Looks like Big John Stud just added, what, 1,500 onto his stack?
Yes.
So yeah, Big John Stud will be at 1,535 in our next chip count. So more money on the table, folks.
25 on the button.
And this is one of Dr. Boring's favorite hands. And he's never even told me this. I just know he plays this hand. I'll be shocked if he doesn't play. He loves 6-5 suited. And he raises.
Hey,
He's never told me it. I'm just going by his live streams. It seems like that's his favorite hand that's not a premium.
and he's Chipzilla right now, and OG John would like to put a dent in those, so he's going to come along with the Queen 5 of clubs. Heads up action.
He said he knows you're still stacking up that pot.
OG
We got
John.
a 4-9 queen board and top pair for OG and a flush draw for Dr. Boring. We got another big hand alert.
We do. Back-to-back hands here that could get pretty big. A bet of 75. Continuation bet in this diamond draw.
And now an open-ended straight draw for Dr. Boring. He gets more outs.
9 outs against a pretty weak queen here for OG John.
And he's going to continue to try to punish him.
250 is the bet.
An 865 in the middle. And an ace of blank for Dr. Bourne.
Check. Check. Miss.
And he did miss. Wow, all of those outs. And now Dr. Boring does what he does. I mean, the OG does what he does best.
OG doing OG things. Once again.
Things, absolutely. Our next live stream is this Thursday. Tonight's a 5-hour live stream going till 11:15. We got a 4-hour live stream coming on Thursday, starting at 6:15. That will be our Thursday, No Knit Thursday. And this week we do have our feeder table almost full, but we're looking for some more players. So if you want to play in a 1-3 no limit hold'em cash game here at the Reserve Poker Club in Toledo, Ohio, give us a call. Talk to Marissa, whoever answers the phone in the cage, because the schedule is right there on the dry erase board. Get your name on the list, and even if it's not this Thursday, you want to play in the future, give us a call, let us know. Now back to the action. 5-5-10, no limit hold'em. And queens now for Big Slick Rick. He's going to raise it up 125. Dr. Boring getting out of the way, and everybody's getting out of the way.
And Big Slick Rick picking up pocket queens. A win's a win, though, Big Slick. Get that momentum back.
And a much-needed win here for Big Slick Rick. Tough start for him so far tonight.
He can claw back. We've seen
it. He can, plenty of time, right?
Up to 54 likes. If you're just tuning in, please smash that like button. If we get to 100 likes, that's the third and final tier. It goes 30, 50, and 100 on YouTube for the algorithm. It really helps us get random traffic. Helps the channel grow. Basically, if someone puts in a search, poker live stream, the chances of us popping up on there go up. So yeah, just a little like button right below the screen on what you're looking at goes a long way. Appreciate all the support. Big John stud with 9-5. Pocket aces for Yoshi.
With the whale.
And he shows the aces.
Unbelievable. I had queens, but I didn't want to play a big part.
And you see a table with all this action. You finally pick up aces in a blind, and
Nothing.
nothing.
Even you fold, right?
Yeah, it's like under the gun, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, be happy. You didn't get cracked.
At least it wasn't like a chop or like chop.
Ned now with pocket fours. He is awakened.
He has awakened. Raises it up. Makes it 30.
OG John with the call over the Rachel Lynn.
Kristoff comes in. Now a suited ace for Dr. Boring. Kind of thought I'd see a raise there from him in that position. But he's going to make the call. Yoshi and Miles really very quiet here so far tonight. Just a couple of hands. But now we're going to go 5-handed to the flop with Big Slick Rick, King 5 of hearts.
We got a 3-10-8 board rainbow flop here.
This is going to come down to aggression.
Yeah, pocket four is still in the lead with the best made hand. Rachel Lynn with the gut shot, though. A couple of overs on the fours. And
We're going to go heads up.
sticking with it.
He is sticking with the fours.
5 of spades. Pretty harmless if you're calling with fours. I think that's a good card.
Now Ned has no way of knowing that he's ahead with those fours, and it's a weak pair, given that board.
But if you're going to make the call on the flop,
If you're going to make the call on the flop, I would have liked to see him lead out after the turn, just to see where I'm at.
yeah, fire back. But he's going to smooth call.
But he's going to smooth call this and hope that he hits, or that it goes down to showdown and the fours hold up. That's a lot to hope for. 7 outs there and another 5 on the board, and he checks it. And you're checking to a guy who's pretty aggressive. Oh, and he checks it. And there was an opportunity for Kristoff to bet him off.
I don't think. I'll tell you what.
Do you think Ned would have stuck around?
It would make 0 sense if he would have folded if he's going to call on the flop and on the turn, and it pairs it goes a runner 5-5. If you're going to call on the flop and on the turn, I think Ned would have snapped him. I mean, I really do think I think Kristoff knew that too. There was a good no bet by him. I didn't get a vibe that Ned was going anywhere, and I actually think Kristoff's probably more surprised to see that it was just fours.
Took him a minute.
Maybe he does have a pretty good 10 or something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to get him off the hand, but a nice read by Ned. Very nice hand, and he picks up a good sized pot there.
OG John now. There is a $25 straddle.
55.
And he's going to raise it up with the Jack 10 of hearts to 55.
Yeah, it's by the soda machines.
See Miles here just aching to get into a pot, but chose not to this time. And heads up action now.
Yeah, momentum.
Bunkmates Ned and OG John.
And we got a 9-9-6 board. Nice flop for Ned. And he's going to check again when he's probably feeling pretty good about it.
Both you guys, you said you only got one.
Yep.
Good now?
Yeah. It's a fun age.
Thank you. That's 75 and a call.
And that's just a sweet call. All right, Ned's kind of showing a different strategy here, not betting his hands. Kind of letting the aggressive table bet into him. Yeah, OG John pumps the brakes.
Just come tackle. Show ya.
And down to showdown, and Ned's going to take down 2 pots in a row here.
He doesn't have any fear yet.
Yeah, nice play by Ned. He's up to 2,400 now.
And the last time I was calling it, Ned was here, he had quite a following. He had some of his college roommates.
Yes.
Ned, who has recently moved to the Michigan area because of work. And who's your horse out there? Who are you rooting for? I know we've got some Cleveland watchers here. We've got some Big Slick Rick fans. We always have a Miles fan or two.
Yeah, if you're watching from out of state or out of the country, let us know where you're tuning in from. I know we got Virginia Wayne in the house. Shout out to Virginia Wayne.
Miles, I'll tell you a story in an hour or so about the bomb pot.
$20 straddle. Good action.
Now Kristoff under the gun is going to call $20 straddle with the Queen 2 of diamonds.
Double the card. Double
And John,
and double the
Jon John, ace 10. Expect a raise here, and he's reaching for some green chips.
80.
And he's going to make it
Raise to
80. Yoshi gets out of the way. And now Miles on the button, making the call. Get the graphics caught up here.
Call 80. Five players.
Five players to the flop. Miles coming in with ace-jack.
Check. Check. Check.
Big Slick Rick with the pocket fours this time.
Yeah, and right now I think OG John's in the lead with the pair of sevens.
And they check it around.
5 of diamonds. That card does bring in a lot of possibilities now as 7-6 has an open-end straight draw.
Oh, and Big Slick Rick now
Rachel Lynn with
sensing that that's not a very strong turn card. He's going to go all in with the pocket fours.
he might be able to steal it.
He might very
There's a
well
flush
be able
draw.
to steal it. John just has second pair with the 6 kicker, OG John. Rachel Lynn has a piece of this with the diamond draw.
Well, if he can get OG John the fold, this would be huge for Big Slick Rick. That's the only player he doesn't, and he does. So no matter what happens right now, Big Slick Rick will be the favorite. Curious to see with a pair and a flush draw what Rachel Lynn does. 520.
Is it enough?
I mean, if you're Big Slick Rick, you want to get some of those chips back. I
You
don't
do.
think you would mind this call.
You wouldn't mind
I
this
mean,
call at
there's
all.
outs, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're clearly the favorite if this call gets made. Yeah, I think Big Slick Rick is going to be pretty happy when he sees what he's
As
going
long
up
as he can
against.
dodge a queen, a deuce, and a diamond. And there's the outs. 9 of them. And here comes the river. Another
oh.
deuce. Wow.
Rachel Lynn, getting
Man.
three of a kind.
Ladies and gentlemen. And I think that could be the night here for Big Slick Rick.
I know we have 2 players on the wait list, but Big Slick Rick, just want to say thanks for coming in, buddy. It was good to see you out and about playing some cards. You are the people's champion, my friend. We love
Yeah.
you.
Marty from Pittsburgh, I was just going to talk about you with regards to people coming in from all areas outside of our area to come and play the live stream, and Marty is a great example. She came in Saturday night to play in the ladies, wound up having a very good night, and then we had the opportunity to have Marty come in and do a little interview at the end of the night in our booth. But clearly an example of someone who, many people watching this and appreciating what can be learned from playing on the live stream, having this opportunity. And, of course, they had lots of fun ladies' night Saturday night.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Marty again. Pleasure meeting her.
And look at these stacks side by side here. Over 3,000 for Kristoff and for Dr. Boring. And I know we've got some fans out there for Jake and Dr. Boring and Yoshi.
I have a lot out.
All right, we got heads up action. King Queen versus Queen 9.
Heads up.
Both players suited. We got a 7 deuce 6 rainbow board.
6, 7, 8. Was it means on?
Yep.
7.
7.
OG is gonna get sticky, as my partner likes to say.
Yep.
Over to the turn, another 6. King High still in the lead. That does give a flush draw for Rachel Lynn.
And check, a free card here. And the river is an ace. And that'll slow things down, and now we'll go down unless, oh no, here's a bet here
He's got heart.
from Kristoff. He sure
And
does.
he takes it down. Nice hand by Kristoff, a.k.a. Rachel Lynn. Nice play. Like I said, he's fun to watch.
Well, and here's the thing that I've noticed about Kristoff's play here. Again, I missed much of it from last week, where you said he had a really strong week. The week before he did not. But he continues to get comfortable at the table here on the live stream. When I think back when he first sat down in here, and you could tell he was perhaps a bundle of nerves or just kind of feeling things out.
Better to get it out of the
You
way
could
the
just
first
see
one.
his aura, in my view, of being so much more comfortable. Now, some of that might be the fact that he's up considerably right in the beginning, but still, he continues to be comfortable playing here. And Marty, if you get the chance to come back and play, now you had a lot of fun, you had a very good night. But that's one of the things that you'll continue to see from players that give this more than a couple efforts. Start to get more comfortable being under the lights, being in the camera,
It probably would have worked against
having a fan base out there cheering you on.
It's pretty tough to realize that when you don't see it.
Right.
And we've got an opportunity this Thursday
Last week or a couple
and
months?
Saturday, if you're interested in playing in the 1-3 No Limit Hold'em cash game on Thursday as well as Saturday night with the No Knit Thursday
14% to be quite honest.
being a lot of fun, different elements to it. And now we're going to go heads up. Queen 10 of Hearts for Dr. Boring. And a call from Kristoff.
I should
Check the wing.
should know it's too early for you to start walking.
And Dr. Boring in the lead with mid pair. Also a gut shot straight draw.
60. I was building up the game.
He's going to take this one down.
That's right.
Good luck, everybody. Eddie's here.
Oh, Fast Eddie coming in the box, getting ready to deal.
Did we get a thumbs up on the every dealer change bump?
Yeah, can you ask them? They're wondering if everybody wants to do a bomb pot every dealer change. Is that all right? They were wondering if they could do a bomb pot every dealer change. No, just how they are. Boo! Tell them, Eddie. Say boo.
Who's running this show?
They said boo.
Not Miles.
Boo in the high limit room.
Hey, John.
Hi, Eddie.
Not again.
Here we go, Eddie.
We've got
The
the
reason why you guys can't do it is because
Don't take that
I
one.
want you guys to come back.
You guys all lose on Popeyes. You guys are like,
Nobody hardly ever.
It's
do that.
$25, Eddie.
oh, it's not just.
It's only 25.
It's only 25, Eddie.
It's only a quarter.
It's only a quarter, Eddie. It's advertisement.
I forget
the inmates are trying to run the asylum, but Eddie won't have it.
What's your name?
Go screen name AJTBLS, all caps. AJTBLS.
AJTBLS.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good. it's
AJ.
a game, in my opinion, but yeah. It's
Yeah, but
B.
for, no,
Is it your
AJ.
stock?
Oh, AJ.
Well, yeah,
T.
but I get
T,
where they're
is it
coming
Tommy?
from if you want to keep people around.
LB.
I think this
B,
format is
B boy, L yeah,
as in
I'm saying if you're gonna
Linda.
go
Linda,
S as in
Sam.
all 1 or 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Do. Yeah, with bomb pots. I just don't understand that.
What?
With bomb pots, I'm like, guys, this is.
Go ahead and tell me.
Hey man,
He's a little slow.
Okay, A as in apple, J as in John, T as in Tommy, B as in boy, L as in
Linda.
Linda, S as in Sam. All 1 word, all caps.
This is the
Thank you.
first.
2000.
We got one of the players talking to the.
Hey,
You gonna go slow next time or what?
That was awesome.
You good?
I think that's the first time we've had a player with a headset on. Like, there's always something new at live at the reserve.
Remember, Jim.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think it's Jim, 'cause he has to
Screen
ask
name
Jim.
my YouTube channel.
Still waiting for the whole bomb pot stream. Nothing but bomb pots.
Jesus.
When's that stream gonna
Better
be?
have a list of 30 ready to go.
When's that list gonna be? We can make a $10
For a second and third
$10 bomb pot. That'd be
Would you
great.
play it,
That'd be a great stream.
Oh wait, bomb pot only?
Bomb
Yeah,
pot only.
bomb pot only.
Double board bomb pot. No, I would play that.
Yeah.
Did that on Vegas. In a heartbeat, I would play that.
Too dangerous. Raise 65.
Then the next week we can go AC Doocy, you know? AC Doocy live stream.
Everybody will want to try to play that.
That's a horrendous live stream.
And we got a raise up from Dr. Boyne, the 65 with ace-9 suited. Big John Stud looks like he came along with Queen Jack and Rachel Lynn. Kristoff is going to come along with 6-5 offsuit. And we have a Queen Jack 6 board. Big John Stud with 2 pair again with Queen Jack. We've seen this earlier. Also saw Dr. Bourne win a big handoff with Big John Stud with Queen Jack.
80.
Pair of 6s for Rachel Lynn. Dr. Bourne gets out of the way. Shout out to Anthony Hall on the message board. Also, I see Tarantula Nick in the house. Nick, I'll answer that after the sand.
2 1/4.
Cedar in the house too on the message board. All right, it looks like this pot's building up pretty nicely now to the river. 8-10 in the middle, and now a full house for Big John Stud.
All in.
All in. How much that? You have king jack one and king 10.
$9,085.
Well, he either has a busted flush draw or he has what he has, a full house, pretty much. With that bet. And the flush and the straight jaw did not get there, though. Tough spot for Rachel Lynn. $1,900 in there. And he lets it go. Nice pot by Big John Stud. He's going to profit 440. Yeah, and Tarantula Nick on our message board was asking about how is it looking for our No Knit Thursday. Tarantula Nick, it's looking really good. We got a full table. We already have a second feeder table. We actually only have 3 spots available on our feeder table. If there's anyone out there that wants to play on Thursday on our 1-3 No Limit No Knit Thursday, call up to the poker room. Marissa's back there. She'll get you on the list. Once again, this Thursday, live at the Reserve on YouTube at 6:15. We got our 1-3 No Knit Thursday. We have a full table for our feature, and we have 3 spots open for our feeder table, which you will be able to get on the main table throughout the live stream.
They actually wrote a book. They're very serious.
Order on the button. 4 kings for triple. They should put him on HCL.
Slansky? Oh my god, that'll be
Can
hilarious.
I take that straddle or?
You take president.
That'd be really funny. Him just limping with aces and just folding.
Who's doing that?
It's a book.
It's a book. Slansky and Mason? Mason or?
Yeah, they were popular in like the early 2000s, and it is basically a book for playing like 1-2.
Yeah,
Like how to beat small stakes. Just limp with kings under the gun and then just fold. And then you obviously go 6 ways.
I mean, to be fair, you're probably actually not good there. Most of the
Jake
time
now with
because
pocket
if you
fours.
do
He
limp,
bumps it up
yeah,
to
you
80.
limp, which-
Ned with aces. Little 3-bet action up to 245. And now Rachel Lynn with queens. Big hand alert, folks. A lot of pairs out there. Pocket 5s now. The Big John Stud, he lets it go. Yoshi.
So these 2 guys decided to,
I think if Big John Stud would have came in, that would have opened the door.
you know, from 2000s.
But yeah, we got heads up action now. Queens versus
Thousands
aces.
of hours of this game.
And wow, a set of queens
From what I
for
understand,
Rachel Lynn against
originally
Ned with his
Ned,
aces.
They were good, like useful.
Yeah, he rolled like a few
Yeah.
bucks last time. That's just fun. When I saw that, I mean, you two looked like laughing.
We might see all the chips get in there.
$275.
All right, and on to the turn. As we got pocket queens hitting a set on aces, 1,200 in the middle. We have an 8 of diamonds. Helps neither player. If you're Ned and you're thinking in your head, you gotta love that 8 of diamonds.
800. How much you have behind, man?
I started with like 3,300.
I'm all in.
All in.
Wow, all in. 1,700 more for Ned the call. Queens cracking the aces. Ned drawing the 2 outs on the river. let out with 800. Reshoved.
Wow. Another big pot here.
Fold.
And wow, what a fold by Ned. Getting out of the way, saving himself. Man, and that's a disciplined fold. He bet 800 into him. Got reshoved on an all-in. Folds the aces. That's some good poker, folks. That is some good poker.
You flop a set or two pair?
Set.
Set
Let's
queen.
take one. Queens.
Queens?
From the other side, I don't know. You have Jack 10.
Nah, I never pair.
Oh. Not sure what happened there.
Nope, not sure what happened here either.
We should be Neo. Can you give us some confirmation on what's going on? And yeah, but sometimes this is live TV, folks. That happens. We're going to be getting back to the action as soon as possible. Probably, I'm going to suspect having to do a reboot, so it might be a 10-15 minute delay. But what we saw there, let's talk about that hand. We had pocket aces versus queens. All of a sudden, wow, a queen comes on the flop. A smooth call on the flop for 275 from Kristoff after he checks. All of a sudden, he checks back to Ned. Ned makes 800. Kristoff shoves all in, and Ned with an excellent fold.
Yeah.
Excellent fold. Saved himself $1,700. Great poker so far tonight on the live stream.
Now, I'm going to ask you to put yourself in Ned's situation here, and Ned's been here enough to see the kind of poker that Kristoff plays. Kristoff certainly could have made that move with a straight draw or a flush draw, discounting whatever the pre-flop action was. That is a tough fold to make, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very tough.
It's a player that on the table normally gets paid off in situations like that. That's why I think that was actually one of the most impressive folds that we've seen. If that was like Big John Stud, Dr. Boring, even like Jake King of Cleveland, it's a little bit easier to make that fold. But, players like OG, John, Kristoff, they play any two cards any two times. And a lot of times they get calls like that. So the fact that Ned got away from that hand was even more impressive, I think, for the type of player that he's in there. And credit to Kristoff. He's a very talented poker player. And a lot of times we'll see him get max value on situations like that. So two good poker players and a huge hand of the night so far. That was, other than the Big John Stud hand with the 4K pot with Dr. Boring.
Yeah.
That was the second biggest pot of the night. And actually, I think with that call, it would have went over the biggest pot of the night. But he got away from it, saved himself $1,700. And just another instance live at the Reserve on our 5-10 game. You're seeing some of the best poker in the nation. I love these nights. They're great times. Neil, by the way, in our ear, can you give us an update on the situation? See if we can get the comms in the back, or just so we can update you guys. But yeah, normally sometimes when we have technical difficulty like this.
Okay,
Yeah,
we are going to do a reboot, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put that on the message board real quick if you can't hear us. Assuming that you can hear what Dom and I are saying right now, this is going to have to be a reboot, unfortunately. And please don't go anywhere. We've got a great game tonight. We've got a great crowd. Want you to continue to watch all this action, but check back in with us in about 15 minutes. That's about how long the reboot takes.
And we could probably even put up maybe our tournament series. So if you want any information about our Christmas series and our 1 million. Okay, we're going to kill it completely.
We're going to kill it.
15 minutes.
Back in 15 minutes.
And we're going to keep bringing this live action to you. See you guys soon.